Millionaires Budget. Mostly, yes, mostly, but not all. But we're going to come back to that. First, let's talk about who should budget. Why should they budget? So if you're not able to save any money, and you currently don't budget, and you have no idea where all your money is going every pay period, you should budget. Put a budget together. Sit down on some Saturday afternoon in front of Excel, download all your expenses, put them into categories like entertainment, clothes, eating out, groceries, utilities, phone, rent, insurance, all that stuff, and see how much you're spending in each different category. If you're not able to save, you probably have no idea where your money is going. A budget is going to give you a ton of value. It's going to let you know where the money is going. You can see, is $2,000 a month on eating out too much? Well, yeah, you'll know I need to quit doing this so much. It will tell you where the money's going so you can adjust to a reasonable level that will let you save some money. If you're not able to save any money, a budget is going to be very valuable. 32% of Americans keep a budget, so about 1 in 3 Americans budget. You're significantly more likely to budget if you're a millionaire than if you're not. Do I budget? No, I've never kept a budget in my entire life, and I've saved half of every dollar I've ever earned in my entire life. So why don't I budget? Because budgeting is not free. Budgeting has value because it lets you know exactly where every dollar is going, but it's not free. You need to take a Saturday or a weeknight, and you need to download all your expenses. You need to put them into the right categories. You need to figure out, is this level of spending too high for this particular category? So for all the levels, you need to figure out how much should I be spending in these categories. Then you need to talk to your spouse or your kids and get them to agree with those levels that you're setting. Maybe your kids don't need to agree, but your spouse needs to agree. We shouldn't spend more than $500 a month eating out. Maybe he thinks $600. So you need to go through that and come to some common, reasonable answer for all the different categories. And then the next month or the next pay period, you need to pay attention to how much you're spending in all the categories so you don't go over the budget. So it's not free. It's quite a cost, in my personal opinion. That's quite a cost. Putting everything down and getting an Excel and assigning the categories and assigning the levels and getting buy-in from your boyfriend, girlfriend, spouse, and then paying attention like the next pay period. How much are you spending within each level, like each week or each couple days? That's a big cost. What's the alternative to budgeting? How can you not budget and still save money? I'm going to reference Thomas Stanley's The Millionaire Next Door right now. This is where the info is from. If you haven't read Mr. Stanley's book, you should go on to eBay and buy the book. Last time I looked, it was under $2. It's a great book. It could change your life. Everything in it is just as relevant now as was back then when the book came out, but the levels are going to be a little bit off. It says a millionaire is someone who's really wealthy. That was probably true when the book came out. It's probably way less true now, but the ideas are correct. Stanley's book says 55% of millionaires budget. That means 45% don't. So what's the alternative? Mr. Stanley calls those who don't budget, he says they create an artificial environment of scarcity. That's weird. No one's ever put those 4 words together before. I've never heard those words besides in that book. That's a very weird phrase. So artificial, that's like fake, I guess. Environment, that's sort of like, where are things? Where are you? Scarcity means there's not enough stuff. What Thomas Stanley means by that phrase is, say you get paid once a month. That's what I get paid once a month. That means the first thing you do once you get paid is you take a bunch of money and you invest it or save it, then you don't have it anymore. Then you make yourself survive for the rest of the pay period on whatever's left over. You don't really care how much you're spending in each different category, like if you're on a budget. You just need to check your bank account and make sure you don't spend more than you have. But you have way less than what you got paid because you saved a big bunch of it. In this way, the cost is way lower. You don't need to pay attention to, you don't need to put some Excel spreadsheet together, put money into put expenses into categories, pay attention to those categories. It doesn't matter if you just buy pizza with all the money left over. You don't buy any clothes, you don't pay your phone bill. I mean, you turn off your phone, you just buy pizza. It doesn't matter. It's fine. You still saved a bunch of money. You don't need to care where your money is going. You just need to care that you don't spend more than you have. You need to check your bank account on the app and make sure it's not going down too fast. Who cares? It doesn't matter where you spend it. You spend it however you like. Whatever you want to do, that's what you want to do. I expect in the first month, if you spent like you did the month before, you might go down pretty quickly, and then at the end of the month, have no money left over. So if you do that the first month, then the second month, you'll know to spend a little slower at the beginning of the month, so you have some left at the end of the month. And you can start small. Maybe save 5% on the first day, then bump up to 10% or 15% or 20%. Alternatively, if you're not able to save and you decide to go the budget route, put the budget together, set the levels for the different categories, follow the budget, save some money. Before you did the budget, you had no idea where any money was going. After you budget for a couple months, you'll know where money's going. You'll know why it's not getting wasted or that it's not getting wasted because you've changed your actions in order to save some money, then you probably don't need to keep budgeting. Just do it for 3 or 6 months until you sort of have better spending habits. Then you don't need to budget anymore. If you're not able to save, put a budget together. But if you're too lazy to put a budget together, then on the very first day of the month, just do like I do and put a bunch of money in the savings account or in the investment account. Then just make yourself live on what's left. You don't need to care like where the money's going exactly. It's fine. You get to the same end. Staley's book said 55% of millionaires budget, 45% don't. It's not perfectly clear that one's a better path to wealth than the other. It's not clear to me. 10% difference, pretty small. That's this video. If you have no idea where your money's going and you're not able to save, I recommend, and Dave Ramsey recommends, put a budget together, learn where it's going, and stop letting it go to the wrong places, and stop letting so much of it go to the wrong places. Then once you do that for a while, and it's feeling okay, and you're able to save some money, you can probably knock off the budget. Or if you're lazy, the alternative is just the day you get paid, put 5% of your money in a savings account and don't touch it. Make yourself live on what's left. And then if you do that for a couple months and it's working out, then put 10% away and live on what's left. You don't need to budget necessarily. Thank you very much for watching. If you thought this was valuable, please punch the like button below, and I'll see you in the next video.